Right here on top of the engine, look at that. Looks like we got us a Packrat issue right there. That's just frustrating. This is kind of the private campground that I want to build. Woo, pretty bare shells. I'm assuming because it's right before a storm and it's Friday that the shells are pretty bare right now. We gotta do like the typical snow falling scene. Welcome back. My name is Larry. If you're new, this channel is primarily a truck camping channel, but I have recently purchased 7 acres of off-grid land to build an off-grid kind of home base. Kind of want to build a cabin. I'm currently in the process of building an off-grid campground for my friends to come up and visit, because we are very far off the grid, very far away from civilization, and you know, and that's what I wanted. I wanted to come up here where it was private and away from people, because I love that. But the trade-off with that is none of the roads getting here are maintained. Everything out here just seems to be a lot harder because I'm so far away from town. So everything out here I have to pre-plan out and make sure I'm not going to run out of supplies and things like that, because if it rains, I get stuck up here. Sometimes for days, maybe a week, sometimes longer. Just depends on the weather. Currently, right now, there is a snowstorm forecasted to hit tomorrow and the next day. So I have a lot to do around here in order to get things ready. Fortunately, though, I have some company up here. Nat Moran's hanging out with me. She's just been helping with stuff around the property here, and she as well is getting things ready for the snowstorm. How you doing?
I'm procrastinating.
It seems to be a kind of a going thing up here. Yeah, I haven't done anything either. We have a lot to do today. So yeah, let's get started. All right, well, first things first, gotta get some water in the holding tank in the truck camper, because I ran out of that last night, and then also get some drinking water. Looky there, looky there. That's new just in the last couple days. Looks like we got us a Packrat issue right there. Might need to get us a Packrat trap. That might be a squirrel as well. I haven't really seen any Packrats out here, although I'm sure there are some out here. It's just that there's no scrub brush really on the ground for them to nest in, so I haven't seen a single Packrat nest since I've been up here. Anyways, maybe when we go into town, I'll see if I can find a trap or something. All right, now to put water in my camper. Got it hooked up to the water pump. Got that plugged in. I'm gonna kick this on, and then this should only take a couple minutes to fill up, even though I was completely empty. I think I have a 50-gallon freshwater tank in this thing. But according to the pump down there, it does 25 gallons per minute. So it should theoretically take 2 minutes, except for I'm using this little thing to restrict the flow so it just doesn't go in so fast. Might take 3-4 minutes, but not long. Well, speaking of pack rats, actually the more I'm thinking about it, I think that's going to be a squirrel, because there was just a lot of like juniper berries and like pine nuts, stuff like that, or whatever in there. Wasn't anything like a nest, like a pack rat would make. So I think it was a squirrel. Either way, I think for a precautionary measure, I'm going to pop the hood on the tracker, because this thing is going to be sitting here for a little bit. And typically it's a smart idea to pop the hood in order to make it to where it's not so warm and cozy, because you don't want a pack rat or something getting in there thinking that it's a really nice place to be and end up creating a nest. And you end up having all sorts of problems because they like to chew through wires and stuff. Even though I think that's a squirrel, I don't really want a squirrel nesting up in here either. Let's see, anything in here? Nothing. So what I'm going to do is pop the hood open, prop it open with a rock. Just something like this here. Just enough to let some cold air in and some light so it doesn't seem like such a nice little place to nest in there. But one thing that I did learn in the past is don't put it up on the prop rod and just leave the hood fully up, because I had that set up one time preventing pack rats, and the wind caught the hood, blew it back, broke the windshield, bent the hood all up, all sorts of problems. So yeah, I find just setting a rock or something underneath it, something that's not going to blow away if the hood moves a little bit with a gust of wind, usually works pretty good. So I've decided that I'm actually going to put this little game camera out there and try to see what it is that's hiding in the water tank. I'm hoping it's a squirrel, hoping it's not a pack rat, but I don't want to just put a mouse trap out and it end up being a squirrel or something and hurt the squirrel. So we're going to figure out what it is first, and then decide from there what we're going to do with it. So it's kind of nesting right in this area. So I want to set the camera back far enough that it ain't going to bother them. So I just have it sitting right here on a flat spot in the dirt, pointing towards the front. Hopefully he's accessing from right here, not just like from the back and coming around. We'll see though. If I do find something, I'll make sure to put it on this video so you guys can see what's in there. It is apparent that it's some sort of a mouse or rat. It's kind of hard to tell size with this thing. It seems like, after looking at a few of these videos, it's either a smaller pack rat or a bigger mouse. I'm probably going to roll with it's a pack rat because he's packing away stuff, which is more like a pack rat would do versus a mouse. So I guess it's time to figure out a way to get rid of him. I want to check my truck because I want to just make sure. I've been kind of just sticking my head in the sand, if maybe that's the right terminology. Just kind of haven't really seen any pack rats, hoping that there wasn't any, hoping it wasn't really anything I was going to have to deal with. But anywhere in Arizona, you're going to deal with it, even in towns. So could very well be getting a nest started in here. I know a lot of times I see them start nests like down in between each side of the engine. I mean, it's obviously can start anywhere along here, any kind of place that they can tuck in and start packing away the things for their nest. You just don't want them in here. They'll just start chewing everything all up, messing it all up. I don't really see anything, which is good. I'm glad, but right here on top of the engine, look at that. There was one up here. So we need to start leaving this hood open. I probably won't leave it open this high. I might put a rock down here, kind of like on a geo tracker, bring it back down. But for right now, this thing is a different type of hood than the geo tracker. That one is able to flip backwards. This one would be very hard for it to flip backwards because it's like spring loaded. And it kind of just sits wherever. I mean, I guess I could just do that. But this one should be fine. I don't know. That's just frustrating. Well, since we're out here, I'll go ahead and show you what has been happening over here. Now that the mud is gone, I was able to get in here and drive over all this road and just really pack it down. You can see here. So this is kind of the private campground that I want to build. This one here would be one spot, and ended up coming in here. Nat helped me out. We used a pick and a shovel and pulled out as many of the rocks as we could. You can see actually there's a stack of rocks right there, which just came out of this parking spot. And then I packed down the parking spot, to hopefully help when it rains next time. Hopefully it won't be so bad. And then over here, we have the second spot. A little bit bigger spot. I really like this one. I just wish it was a little bit more level. So I think I'm going to have to bring in a tractor and level it. It goes downhill that way. So I'm going to have to push some dirt over that way, try to level it out. But you can see, same thing, pulled a bunch of rocks. There they are right there. These rock piles are actually going to turn into fire rings. So I'm going to put fire rings in each one of these spots. This is the largest of all spots. This was actually going to be 2 spots. And then I got kind of over here thinking about it. I was actually going to make the road turn and connect. But once I got over here, I just really like this spot. And I just figured that I would have to take that tree out in order to connect the road. And then this spot would have no privacy whatsoever. And I know if I was camping here, I would want to have some sort of privacy. So I thought, you know what? I won't connect a road, but if you get a vehicle down here, there wasn't going to be a place to turn around without connecting the road. So I just decided to go ahead and make this one big spot in order to be able to pull in, kind of back in, do a 3-point turn and head back out. Same thing, fire ring is going to go over here, and it does need a little bit of tractor work. In fact, all these spots need a little bit of tractor work to get them level. So I think I'm going to end up having to rent maybe a mini excavator, something like that, so I can scratch some of this dirt and push it over and pack it down and level it up, just to at least make level spots for people. So we'll come up this way, turn here where my truck is parked. And this is just part of the loop that makes the circle drive. But there's a spot right here that is a really nice spot, but I wasn't thinking it was going to make a very good camping spot. So I think what I'm going to do is build like a bathhouse right there. I want to have something to where I have water storage and a washer and dryer, a toilet and a shower. It would just be nice to have a public place. So if I have a meetup or something like that, everybody's not just digging cat holes out on the property. There's actually a place to go to the bathroom. There's actually a place to shower and wash clothes and stuff like that. Anyways, this part goes out, and I think I'm going to go ahead and show you what my plan is over here. But before we go that way, you can see this is where Nat is. She's just kind of parked in the road for right now, but that spot where my trailer is actually another camping spot. But this spot I was telling you was for a future project, because I do want to build a cabin here, at least. I don't know if I'm going to build a garage or a shop, but at least a cabin. So right here, I'd already kind of driven in here and was trying to camp here originally. You kind of see some tire marks, but this was really muddy, so this is definitely going to need packed down. But I've decided what I'm going to do is come through here, make this into the road, clear out this bush, and then just bring the driveway up through here, which would require me taking out that one tree. I just don't like taking out a whole bunch of trees, so this is why it's been kind of difficult to figure out where to put things. But right here is like a perfect big open spot that's somewhat level, which would make kind of a perfect parking area. You can almost get 1 or 2 vehicles in here, or my truck and camper I can kind of turn in and fit. This would make a pretty good kind of a permanent campground spot for me, because it's kind of right next to the fire pit and hot tub. It's not in the camp spots where friends are going to be coming, because the truck camper rally is coming up, so there's going to be some friends here. I need to make room for them. So if I make this a spot, I can go ahead and park my rig here, and I think this is by far the most levelest spot on the property, which I didn't find until later. So this is where this is going to end up, I think, being where I park. I ended up breaking my drone a couple years ago, and I went off and got it, or I sent it off to get fixed, and it came back and it just never worked right. And I never did buy another one, although I did miss having like some cinematic shots in my videos. I've had several of you guys mention you missed the drone shots, but I just wasn't sure what I wanted because the drone I had used a controller, and it just was kind of big and bulky, and it was just an ordeal to bring it with me to do anything. But now I went ahead and got this Hover Air X1 Pro Max combo, and this thing is the coolest little drone I have ever seen. It's small enough to fit in your pocket, and then it just folds open like this. The blades are fully protected, so you don't have to worry about breaking those, and this cage around it is extremely rugged. I mean, I've sent this thing off in trees multiple times. It just crashes back down, turn it back on, and it's ready to go. It has a lot of these preset settings on here. If you can see, there's a screen right here.
Dolly track, ski mode, cycling mode, indoor follow.
And each one of the settings have sub settings that you can adjust to where you just have kind of unlimited options of just different angles and different shots. This is just so great to throw it up and have it follow me while I'm out just walking the property. You've seen a couple of shots already in this video, and all you do is just set it on your hand and you hold it out and the thing takes off. It knows who you are, so it just follows you around and does whatever option you have it set to, and then I don't have to worry about controlling it or do anything else. I can just go off and shoot the clips that I want to shoot, and then don't worry about it. Whenever I want it to come back to me, I just hold my palm out and it will land on my palm. I can fold it up, throw it back in my pocket, and that is just awesome to me. Now, if that's all it did, I probably wouldn't be that impressed, because there are times where I want to send the drone up and be able to just do shots of a mountain scene off to the side or a waterfall or something like that. The cool thing about this is you can sync it to your phone and use your phone as a remote, so it'll work like a regular drone. This just works out perfect. I mean, it even comes with this little carrying case, just very small. If I want to bring this with me, it's not too bad. Or like I said, I can just throw this in my pocket and the battery lasts 12 minutes. It also has a second battery and a charger, and it charges up very fast. So if you plan on doing a lot of drone footage in a day, it's usually not a big deal. You can be charging one while you're using the other. So anyways, if you guys are interested in something like this, I will go ahead and put a link down below in the description. I think this is honestly one of the best self-flying drones that I've seen so far, and it's definitely worth checking out. So check out the link. But the best part is right through the trees here, I'll make a little walking path, which will go right through here. And then if you notice this big, nice, flat, open spot right here, I think is where I want to put a cabin. Because if I take out that tree right there, I'll have these beautiful views of the ridge, the mountains and stuff way over there. I'll be able to see the highway. But as it's such a distance, I can't hear the highway. I can just see the lights way off in the distance of just cars kind of slowly going across the horizon over there, which I think would be kind of a cool spot to be. And that, in fact, in the evening times when the sun is going down, which is over here, those cliffs just turn like this amazing gold color. The sun kind of goes down over here, and they're just getting that evening sun right before the sun goes down. And they're just beautiful. They're awesome. So that would be kind of a cool yard area. That way I can have a yard for the dogs and just be way over here in the center of the property where nobody can see me anywhere around. Even people, friends that might be camping at the campground won't even be able to see where I'm at, which is great. I like the privacy portion of that. And yet I'm still close to the campground. But here's another, the cool parts about this. You can kind of see where I've already cut a path through here. But this path goes right over here to the hot tub and the fire pit and everything, the community area. So that way I can just walk right over and hang out with friends and get in the hot tub and have a fire and just enjoy being over here. So that's the plan. One more thing actually too. Over here where I already have the dog pen, there's this big kind of open spot So I'm thinking, because it's so close to the fire ring, I want to make this into a fenced like dog pen, dog play area. But yeah, I think that's going to be kind of cool. And the biggest news of all is I think I've decided on a name for the property, and it's going to be Ridge 88. There's an amazing ridge on the back end of the property. I showed you guys on the first video. So I wanted something with ridge in it, and the 88 just kind of plays into the whole Back to the Future being my favorite movie. If you know, you know, with the 88. That's kind of where I came up with the name, and I think it just suits it perfect. Out of all the other names I came up with, I just love that name. So Ridge 88, I'm working on a logo, maybe have some future merch and t-shirts and stuff in the future. But yeah, I think that's what we're going to call it. Check out also what we've been doing with the hot tub over here. So I'm trying to, I actually kind of forgot. You guys haven't even seen this. So this has been the fire pit area for a while. This bench has been here for a while, but this was just loaded with rocks, this kind of brown area. But you can see there's rocks all the way around the outside perimeter. Well, Nat and I came out here and we pulled all the rocks in this area and then just surrounded the perimeter to kind of partition this off as the fire pit hangout area. And then all this brown, what looks like mulch, is actually pine needles and stuff from under this juniper tree. We shoveled out, put over here, trying to help with the mud. Hopefully it won't be so bad next time it rains. But this has just turned into such a cool area. And then we had some extra rocks, so we kind of piled them up here around the wood stove for the hot tub. And it just kind of hides the piping and whatnot behind there. I just think that looks so cool. And this is, I think, going to get insulated here in the next week or so. Hopefully, if my plan goes. But yeah, I think that's it. I think you're caught up on what's been going on the property. The pike, huh? Hi, buddy. Yeah, he's a good boy, huh? Yeah. You enjoying it out here, huh? Yeah. Howdy.
Howdy.
Thank you for driving.
I need to drive because Packrats are moving in.
Yeah, she found some Packrat evidence in her vehicle as well. So hopefully,
Hey.
hopefully we can find some stuff down in town, some deterrent spray or something down there, because there's got to be people around here that are dealing with it as well. So
For sure.
I would imagine the general store would sell something, you know. We got all the pups back there. Kind of can't even see them, but they're tucked in back there, all nice and cozy. They got their beds and whatnot. Marty. Hi. Gotta open up the gate. It's just a rope for right now. I do have ideas for a pretty cool gate to build out here, but right now I just gotta get that no trespassing sign up, you know. Pike! It's probably my favorite store in this town. It's like a general store, gas station. They got propane. There's an RV park back here. Kind of the hardware store. It's a little bit of everything. Mouse traps. Packrat traps. And everything I need right there. Be right back. Hang on. Hello. Whew, pretty bare shelves. I have a list to go off of, but I'm assuming because it's right before a storm and it's Friday that the shelves are pretty bare right now. But we only need a few things. Ooh. Yikes. I'll load up on the bare minimum supplies. It was rough to find anything in there. Got anything else you gotta do in town?
No.
No. So heading back to the property. Good morning. Looks like it's gonna snow today. It's pretty nasty outside. Let's go check it out. It's definitely a lot colder. I've already been out here, actually. That's why I knew it was colder, but got the dogs out here. They're all warmed up in their coats. What's up, guys? Morning. Oh, wait. Forgot to say morning to Pike, too. Good morning, bud. Okay, don't eat the camera. Good morning. How are you?
Good. I'm cold.
Yeah, you ready for the snow?
Yeah, I'm hoping it does. It started flurrying a second ago.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of waiting. It looks like it's about to hit.
Yeah, the clouds definitely look like it's rolling in. The weather radar looks like it's rolling in. Could hit any minute. I have a couple more things I need to kind of get going on this morning, but haven't got my motivation done yet. So after that's done, then I'll get some stuff going. Yeah, now that I'm thinking about it, I went ahead and set a Packrat trap out here last night. Let's see what we got. You guys ready? I'll blur it out. Nothing. Nothing at, oh. They did a little licking. No, that's not for you. Woo! Pike almost came up and licked that thing. But, yeah, set it off before you got it. You all right, bud? He's like, there's peanut butter. I wanted it. Huh. I think part of the problem is I took the towel out of there, which was where he was living. I had a towel kind of wrapped around right here. So I'm wondering if he came back and realized his house was gone and then just took off. But it does look like, for sure, something was licking it. You know, it's very hard to tell size on that video. I'm kind of wondering if it's a mouse. If maybe it just didn't set it off. So maybe tonight I'll set a mouse trap. Well, I figured since I'm going to be out here, I got a couple things I need to work on today. Waiting for the snow to come in. But I figured what better way to spend the day than to be smoking some ribs on the smoker. So we're going to get this thing started up and then just slow cook the ribs all day long. And then I'm looking forward to having some like fall off the bone ribs this evening for dinner. You guys see it? It's starting to snow. There's just little flurries coming down right now, but the dark clouds are definitely rolling in. They should start picking up here soon. So excited. Maybe I'll build a snowman. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think we're going to get that much snow, but I think for here it's going to be more the cold temperatures, the ice, that type of situation. I don't think we're going to get like feet of snow. I don't think we're high enough elevation for that. Tell you what, for one burn in the hot tub or one soak in the hot tub, it sure makes a ton of ashes in here. Got to burn a lot of wood. That's why I want to get that hot tub insulated. All right, at least need to get something here to get this fire started. And then I'll probably end up having to cut up most of this today to burn over there. All right, should be enough to get the fire started at least. Snow's definitely coming down a little harder now. I'm kind of excited. I like it when it snows, at least the first day. After that, it could just melt. That's fine. Got some kindling right there too. So let's get this thing rolling. Light it up. We gotta do like the typical snow falling scene. That's what we're supposed to do, right? Well, I guess I should probably bring in all the chairs and my solar panels before they get too wet. I have some of these foldable solar panels sitting out here. I don't think they're supposed to get wet. So I think I better go ahead and pack them up, put them away. Got a big old rack of ribs there. I don't really have the most ideal seasoning that I'd like to put on it, but we're gonna do a little, since it's beef, a little burger royale. So there's some salt, sugar, dehydrated garlic and onion, spices including black pepper and cayenne pepper. So we're throwing that on there. Okay. This is gonna taste so good. Let's go put it on the grill. Oh yeah. Holy mackerel, look at all this snow. Look, these are the biggest snowflakes I think I've ever seen. Wow. Those things are like 2-inch in diameter. Oh yeah. Well, the snow has been coming down for a while. I've been sitting inside watching Brian with Off-Grid Backcountry Adventures. He's got a live going on right now. So just been doing that and eating some chips and salsa and just trying to enjoy looking out the window while I'm sitting inside in the warm heat. But it has just been beautiful. Watch, I mean, the snowflakes were like this big coming down. It's just crazy. I've never seen snowflakes that big before. I figured I'd come out here. It's been, I don't know, an hour or so. Let's see what this is looking like. Oh, yeah, that's looking all right already. This fire, I've been trying to just keep rolling. It's kind of going. I think we need to kick it up a notch, though. Go ahead and grab this. See if we can get this thing rolling. Woo! Oh yeah, it's rolling now. Man, the camera is covered in ashes. There we go. Am I covered in ashes? I'm covered in ashes too. It's all right. I really wasn't planning on getting in the hot tub, but now that I've kind of got the fire rolling, I'm kind of wanting to get in it later. We'll see. Oh man, look at those ribs. Those look so good. What do you think?
It smells really yummy.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Can't wait. Mm. Just gotta tear into it. It only took 6 hours this time, but I was able to finally get this hot tub up to temperature. And sitting out here, got a big roaring campfire, and this thing back here is stocked full of hot embers. So I think I'm gonna sit out here for the next, I don't know, hour and just enjoy the evening. But I had a lot of fun hanging out with you guys, and until next time, I'll see you then.